Back at him again. Hopefully we can get the top of this mountain cut out. That's a nice cut right there. Okay. He's dropping perfect. If we look down, we got 3 storages full. The second diamond and ruby storage is filling up. Ooh. Let us start a bunch of that real quick. Sure that most of these are almost done. Gonna be a little tedious. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna have to 999 all of this. Oh. There we go. Really need to get a better room for this, you know? Bigger room with more. There we go. Hey, Joe. What's up, buddy?
Good. Discord volume up?
Yes. Yes, there is. You can go into the settings on the bottom left by your name, and you can go to voice and video settings, or you can, right click on me, my name personally, and turn my voice up if I personally am too loud. Ain't no problem. I be editing people's voices like most actually everybody everybody that I've ever been in a chat with is turned down to about 50 to 60% depending on how loud they get at times. Just because some people get louder than others. But how's your morning going?
I got music playing too, so I can barely hear you.
Ah, what you working on this morning?
I was in some random guy's game helping him build a road.
Nice.
Now I'm jumping in Jason.
Hell yeah. I just put a whole lot of rubies onto wash. I think I'm gonna extend this plant, the little wash room out. Push it back over the pad. I built a pad up on top of the mountain that I'm cutting right now. And that was interesting getting the system to go down. I literally have like a floating winding thing that like floats down and then drops into the other set of hoppers. But
See what Jay's doing over here.
oh yeah, what's he got going?
He's over in his bag. Well, he's not in the bagger. He's just standing here right now. So must be doing something.
Might be asleep.
No, he
Oh no, it's like way in the afternoon for him.
he just signed on. So.
Ah. Oh,
But
he probably just getting everything ready.
what'd you break? What do you need help with? What, the top TV doesn't give you sound? Turn it up.
Ha! Ah.
Well, hit play. Does it play? What, is the sound coming out of the bottom TV?
Homie's got stacked TVs like washers and dryers.
Yes, sir. Yeah, okay, give me a second. I gotta switch it to the other one.
This is gonna look really nice. I need to determine how far I'm going to go forward before I start walking with the other actor. That's as far. I get out right here. I'm gonna get out on the floor.
the young lad likes to do a little bit of streaming here and there, so.
Oh yeah, is he streaming right now?
No, not right now, no.
What does he
He wants
play?
to porn a bit. Call of Duty and Rainbow Six and
Uh, well, at least Rainbow Six has to, you gotta think a little bit. Dude, my Instagram has been like, I've been scrolling Instagram all morning.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's been completely filled with just like racing simulators and just like iRacing, like a whole lot of iRacing. Cause I used to do iRacing like a lot actually, and I I loved it. You know what iRacing is?
No.
No. Okay. iRacing is just about the most professional sim racing that you can do. You have to pay monthly subscription to be able to play, and there is only two free cars and two free tracks, and the races race every 45 minutes. So let's say that you get in the race, there's like 20 people, and let's say the guy behind you wrecks you out and totals your car. You will now be sitting there for 45 minutes waiting for the next race to start.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
can imagine it
serious.
wouldn't that long.
And then but you get iRacing, right? You get iRacing, and it's based on how many laps you complete every race, your contacts. You get real points for off track, on track. You can be disqualified. It's legit. You can change anything and everything about the car, aerodynamics, spring tension, all of it. The tires, all like for serious. If you know anything about like a real race car, I mean you'll immediately outperform everybody else just by editing your vehicle. That being said, like I said, there are only two free cars and two free tracks. There are a total of like 100 tracks and 100 cars. Each car is $15.99. Each track is $15.99, and then it's a $10 subscription a month to be able to even play. So it's a very expensive game. I have bought a couple of cars and tracks, but I no longer subscribe. So it's also one of those games that if you don't subscribe, you can't even play by yourself. Like the game itself will not load.
Yeah, he's gonna blast me when he gets in this chat.
Why would you do?
I just built a cage around him
Ah,
with a steel mesh.
But it's really, dude, it's really good. It's got some of the best car sounds in physics. I bought a Porsche 999 or something like that. And it's a really, really fast racing Porsche. It sounds so good. But that race, okay, so that is the GT race. So all GT cars can race, like Porsche GT, Mercedes
Yeah,
GT,
yeah.
you know. So, but that race I bought. Okay, so that race, you cannot rate like you have to buy the tracks and cars for that, right? And I said, okay, well, I looked at it. This was the first month I owned it, and I was like, oh, well, the track on this race, they go for like a week, 3 or 4 days, and then it changes tracks, or maybe 4 or 5 days, and it changes track. Like it's a 6 week race schedule. It's a 6 week race schedule. And at the beginning of it, you can go and look at the race schedule and you can see what cars and tracks are going to race on what dates, between what times, and you can end up winning real money if you do this. You can end up because you can end up getting into like really high class competitions of really good
Yeah,
races.
yeah.
Like real race car drivers are race this shit every day.
Huh. That's
And they use it. They use iRacing to train race car drivers, NASCAR drivers, track drivers, cross
yeah,
country,
yeah.
like all of it. It is the best simulator I've ever found, ever. But it is god awful expensive. Put it this way: if you were to purchase a year subscription and every single car and track that they have available, you're spending like $7,000.
Huh.
So it's basically like the two that you get a Miata MX-5, and then you get a BMW M2, and those are the two free track or free cars that you get, and then of the sport, and then they have like IndyCar, they have dirt car, oval dirt, on road dirt, like NASCAR. Like they have it all, and you get free cars in each section, right? But they're the lowest class, and then you start in rookie class, and the more you finish in. And I don't even worry about placement, dead ass. Whenever I race, I literally will lag in the, not like computer lag, but I will wait until everybody drives in front of me. Like if I'm in, say there's 20 cars and I'm in like P15, I will literally drive really slow in the beginning, acting like I'm missing gears. That way everybody just drives around me and is like, "Oh, look at this doofus." And then they all get up to the first and second turn, and they spin out and wreck they shit, and now they're being towed to the pits, and then they gotta wait 30 minutes to fucking whatever, like, and then they're out of the race, and then it's like 6 or 7 guys, right? Because you got 20 cars, and then I promise you, come the second or third lap, there's gonna be 5 or 6 racers, and your goal is to be a part of that. Your goal is not to be in the front because the thing is like, bro, it's like endurance, dude. Like you try and race for 30 minutes straight. Like, dude, your brain starts fucking with you, dude. And then you're also talking the oh man, I messed my cones up. Like the force feedback from the wheel, bro, you getting tired. You're doing 80 mile an hour in a car that literally, like I said, if you wreck the car and mess up and damage it, like you're out of the race, and then you wait 45 minutes. Bro, there was one that I raced this track. It was the Porsche GT, and I think it was a Nuremberg course. And no, it was Monza. It was Monza because it was the first turn of Monza. I waited. This is right after I learned the technique of like just waiting, letting everybody go ahead, and then first turn of Monza, everybody wrecks out, and I'm like, oh hell yeah! And it was like me and 4 other people out of like 35 cars, and everybody else got towed back to pits. But the problem was the race was like 40 laps, so 35 minutes in. And we're screaming. I'm sweating. I'm white knuckle gripping the wheel. And this was before I changed the wheel, right? So I'm fucking my cones over here. Yeah, I had the little wheel. So like, bro, it was hard. And this is before I really knew anything about force feedback. So, dude, I had force feedback turned up to 100. I had gain turned up to 100. Dude, fighting. But some of the best adrenaline and dopamine you'll ever get, because you're sitting there like three wide running down the final stretch, knowing that first turn's coming up. Right. And you're just seeing who's gonna bitch first. Oh my gosh. And then it almost just kind of magically works where you all just sort of fall into line. But I'll tell you, the most adrenaline filled, bro, NASCAR. Bro, NASCAR oval track. I spent the $15.99 on a very nice man, it might have been I want to say maybe it was a Chevy Impala, but I don't think it was. I think they had the Camaro. I wish I could open the game and see what I own, But I think I might have bought the Camaro, and maybe, but that might have been a different NASCAR style race. No, because I had a regular stock car. I don't know what the car was. I really want to say it was some sort of Chevy. But either way, we're talking 30 cars, 60 laps, oval track. You're talking, 6 gear, foot to the floor, never lifting. And we went 3 wide, 5 in a row. All 5 of us, 3 wide, for 18 laps. Nobody wrecked out, nobody touched, nobody bumped, and the whole fucking time you're sitting here, wah! And your crew chief in your ear is just like, And I was in the middle. I was in the middle.
Yeah, yeah.
So my crew chief is like, you got somebody up top, you got somebody down low. You got somebody up top, you got somebody down low. You got somebody up top, you got somebody down low. Like, I mean, the whole 18 minutes. Not 18 minutes, the whole 18 laps, bro. And I mean, we're just, and I can see, because I got 36-inch widescreen, I can see the fucking front ends, the front clips of their car, nose and nose with my shit. Like, just adrenaline packed romping. And then you know what? And then the race ends and everybody comes across the mic and everybody's woo! Yeah! Everybody's like, bro, congratulations, bro. Everybody, bro, that was such a great lap. Nobody wrecked out. Bro, we just went 3 wide, 5 in a row for 18 laps. Nobody touched. Everybody was amazed. Everybody was happy. And just like that camaraderie, I raced like 18 more races and never got anything like that after. And bro, iRacing, like if you have the money, meaning it's, I don't know what the Canadian transition is, but in American it's $10, $9.99 a month. And then, like I said, you get a couple of free cars and a couple of free tracks, and you can race those, but they're always going to be rookie people. Like you can level your racing up, but the point being is that you're playing with people who are only willing to spend $10. The second I bought the Porsche car and I bought the track that they were racing on, everything changed. Every car, everybody that was racing was so much cleaner. There were comms. Like, man, somebody'd be on your ass for like probably 5 or 6 seconds, and he'd come across the radio, and he'd be like, and they'd be legit. They'd be like, hey man, look, or like in short form, basically, you know, some sort of short word and form of this. They'd be like, hey man, look, I know you're racing, but I'm faster than you, and I'm trying to get my best time. Not that I'm trying to beat you, but I'm racing my own race, and I need to pass you.
Yeah, yeah.
And some people would get irritated and be like, nah, fuck that, you're not passing me. And then they'd like literally ruin their own race to do so.
Right.
But me learning the whole like, if I just race, then if I complete the race, it doesn't matter what position you started and what position you ended. If you finish the race, you will earn more points than you would for gaining a position.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you just got to finish the race. And then your I rating will go up, and then you race with more professional people. But if you can't let your ego go, then you're going to be racing with rookies who are just going to crash you out every race, and you're just going to be waiting 30 minutes, and you're going to feel like you wasted money. The first 3 months of me paying, you know, $10 a month, and I never paid for the tracks those first 3 months. I felt like I was wasting my money. I was wasting my time. You're talking, I'm sitting on the practice track, because you do practice, and you do practice with the people you're going to race with. It's like, yeah, like when you go into practice, it's whoever signed up for the race. Like you go on there, you sign up for the race, and then it puts you into a race for, you know, like obviously there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people doing the race, but they're 30-player servers. So the second you register, it puts you into a 30-player bracket, and then the next person who clicks register, they're put into your bracket, and then like, so when you go into the practice and you're just doing laps, whoever you're practicing with is who is more likely who you finna race with. And you can see, bro, I mean, these fucking idiots, bro. I got into a game once, and homie, I dead ass like 3 or 4 of the people were like, yeah, I'm doing this on controller. Bro, why are you playing the most realistic racing simulator ever created on a controller? Go play Forza.
Well, that was like the guy I was in the game with this morning playing this. He was asking me about the dozer, and then he was like, look at the side on the controls. I said, I don't use those. I have everything set up on my joysticks.
Right. The only reason that I even have the controls open is for anybody who come into the chat and they would like to look at it and kind of see what I got bound. I mean, although like 8 negative and 8 positive, like none of that really means anything to them. But, you know. Yeah, it's so funny when people go like, oh, like how are you doing the bagger with the mouse like that? You're not even touching it. And I'm like, no, I got my shifter right here. And they're like, how does that work? And I'm like, well, It's pretty nice. It's just click click, one way or the other. Oh man, I'm in the racing mood, but I don't have any good racing games. Well, that's not necessarily true, but it is. Like Assetto Corsa is not a really good racing game. Like it's
Yeah.
like it's really not. Like it's okay, but it's not really good. And then Car X is really just kind of arcadey.
Yeah.
You know, car. I have Car X Drift and Car X Street. I have
Okay.
both.
I
I have
didn't get
American.
the drift.
You got the Drift. The Car X Street is really good, actually. Actually, honestly, because the drift doesn't really work with the wheel. Like, dare I say, it doesn't really work with the wheel. Like, you have to set up some weird shit to get it to work. Oh no, I
That
must.
download and split in twos map there. I gotta figure that out now.
Ah, yeah, I see. I watched that release last night. That looks dope. But
Right?
at the same time, it looks dope. But at the same time, like, ah, because like what he was saying in the tunnels there, with when he built the column tunnels, man, if you
Yeah.
don't pay attention, you're gonna eat the shit out those columns, and you're never gonna be able to. You'll never repair them.
Oh no.
Like you will never be able to repair those columns. They'll be done forever.
Oh yeah, you glitch right into the roof and then just tear everything up.
So realistically, like I'm not even talking about the roof. I'm talking about like the pillars, like the pillar supports that he built.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like if you make a
Does he
corner
have
too short and it just like
does he
barely
not have
clips that shit. No, only on the top, only on the ceiling.
only on the oh
Only
okay.
on the ceiling. I was just about to say maybe if you went around and lined it, that would help, but even then, like if the game bugged out just a little and glitched right through, oh that'd be tough. Set my zero again, I accidentally messed it up.
Might have ordered the shifter for the trucking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Oh,
Now I just gotta figure out what mod's fucking with me because I keep getting kicked out of the game.
oh man. That shit irritates me so much because I only have a couple of them.
Crazy. Well, usually I run like 70 mods, but I only have 7 turned on right now.
And one of the seven is messing with you.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's the worst. Cause it's like, bro, I could have way more.
Right? Like, I'm usually running 70 mods when I play with my other buddy there. Yeah. I turned a bunch of them off and just kept these few on, and one of them is fucking with me.
you seen you seen American Trucking Simulator's gonna come out with the Ram and Dodge car pack,
Yes.
and then the Ford pack as well.
Yeah, they're in the wish list already.
Mine too. Mine too.
So is the British Columbia map.
Yeah.
And I seen they're gonna bring out another map too, Indiana or something. I was looking at it this morning.
Mm-mm. It's actually iRacing is actually 13.99 a month. The first month is 9.99 and then it's 13.99 a month. That's crazy.
So it'd probably be close to like $20 here.
Yeah. arm and a leg, dog.
Jay must have just turned the game on to let the hoppers drain out.
Yeah, potentially.
I didn't even expect to see him on it all this weekend.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when you said you were logging into a server.
You came online and then he came online like 2 seconds after. Try to get some of this fucking road done. Jesus Christ. Oh, I was gonna say, why isn't that running? But that's the ore line. Is the sound a little better now? That I'm not using the standalone mic.
Yeah, your voice sounds way better.
Stole the young lad's headset on him.
Haha.
Give me that back. I got one coming in today, so he can have his back. Jay just messaged me, dick.
Why? Oh yeah, cause he
Down.
put the. That's funny actually. Yeah.
What? I built a cage around him because he's just standing down there. Yeah. Well, he has to smash it. If I could have took... I said, what happened? He says, you know.
Hmm.
bets are on today. On the Call of Duty, he's getting his ass whooped.
Dang.
Doing the ass kicking.
Oh, heck yeah.
Fucking kid's better than I am at the game now. That was like my one buddy too. And the young lad wanted to play with him, so he played a few rounds with him.
And got his ass beat.
Let's do a 1v1. Buddy kind of laughs. Says this is gonna be easy. Says fuck man, I had to try. And still got his ass whooped.
That's hilarious.
I said I 1v1 him too, and I got my ass handed to me. Yeah, you. Getting old, eh? I don't have the reflexes. What? What do you mean? For smoke? I'll be right back. Just gonna run outside for smoke.
Hey, no problem. Go ahead.
napping? She's probably napping.
Napping.
Yeah. Girlfriend's friend.
Ah.
Yeah, the young lad just streams on Twitch there.
Ah.
I let him go on my YouTube, but we got banned for 24 hours
Why?
because I wasn't in the screen the whole time. I
Uh,
had to go to the bathroom for 5 minutes.
because he's too young.
Yeah.
How old you got to be to have a YouTube?
I think it was 13.
Oh.
Twitch lets him do it, so we just went there.
Yeah,
For
I
now.
think Twitch is like 11 or something, 9 maybe. Because there was that one gamer kid who was like professional at like 7 years old.
Yeah. I just let him use my account. How's it going, dude? Controller's over here. Okay. Till Jace gets back home, and then he's probably gonna want to play it. Yeah, they can't play together though. It's not
Ah.
cross-platform.
Ah.
Yeah. Young lad went and got his buddy. They want to play some GTA.
5?
Yeah.
Oh man. 13 years. That's crazy.
What's that?
That game's older than your kid.
I know, right?
It's literally older than he is, and he's loving it. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, he just turned 10.
The game's 3 years older than he is, literally. That's fucking crazy. I just can't believe GTA is 13 years old. Like, bro, where is number 6?
Apparently on its way.
Yeah, saying that 13 years.
Right?
This shit came out in 2013.
Sure. Yeah, so. No, you can't. The only way to, well, yeah, you should be able to, Riley. You stream fuck Call of Duty. Yeah, it was wild. This, like, the second I left the screen, banned.
That's crazy.
It was wild. I said, alright, I guess you're just staying on Twitch for now.
Deadliest catch the game. You
Yep.
you be playing. What is it? How does that? What's that? I mean, obviously I seen Deadliest Catch, but is it like good, or is it like you you get to freely move about the ship, or is it like you teleport from
I was
spot to spot?
fucking around with. I was looking at DLCs on it, and apparently there was one, and I clicked it, and it started the game on me.
Ha!
I don't even actually have it downloaded right. Oh yes, I do, because I was gonna try it out again. I tried it out when I first got it. It wasn't too bad. I don't know how it is now though, because they definitely brought out a bunch of updates since I played it, but it hasn't been updated in a long time, so I don't know. I was gonna try it out last night when it started it, but I was just too wiped to even play games last night.
Oh, I see. So you're like the ship. Oh, okay. And then you actually get to walk around and you put stuff in. Okay, okay.
But yeah, you actually throw the nets in and stuff, and
I see. He's dropping the crates in. Water's getting rough. Oh, and you got to check each crab. That's crazy. Throw back the little guys. Okay, that don't look bad. I mean, I ain't got no $20, but I mean, that's a lot more than what I thought it was gonna be.
oh shit, wrong direction. And what other little random games do I have downloaded right now? Oh, Bank Simulator.
You heard of a game called The Long Drive?
Oh, no.
Oh, oh, it's a great one. It's literally like, I mean, it's, I don't even know how to explain The Long Drive. It is one road, never ending, changing through biomes, procedurally generated, really shitty graphics, and you spawn at a garage with a car, a random car. It could be a diesel, it could be gas, it could be a fucking a mix. So you got to put oil in the gas to get it to run right.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I mean like two stroke, I think. Yeah, two stroke, and like all type of different shit. Your tires, wheels, like all this, doors, like I mean like oh god, so you gotta look it up. Look it up on Steam. It's called The Long Drive, and basically the goal is to like you where you start. You look around. You get your oil, water for the radiator, oil for the engine, gas in the car. Fuel up what you
Okay.
can, and then you get in the car and you start driving. And eventually you'll come across like a POI, and you pull over and you look for more fuel or stuff. And then there's like a survival, so you got food and water if you want, and pissing and shitting too, taking a piss, taking a shit, and just driving. They got a radio that just like this guy just talks nonsense for fucking ever. Like I had like man, I drove in that game. I had like 16,000 miles on a vehicle before.
Jeez.
Yeah, I had a bus. It was a full bus with a fresh motor in it, a full tank of diesel with a trailer with like 200 liters of diesel inside the trailer, spare tires, all type of shit, like ready to ride. And then they updated the game and my save disappeared.
Ah.
and they have like air fresheners, right? They have all different type of air fresheners, and you hang them like that. That's really like the collectibles that I found that I like to collect. So I started picking up those every single time I seen them, and I would hang them inside the bus. So the entire ceiling, front to back, in the whole bus was fucking just covered, and they would swing and dangle, and it really is a good game, and it works on the wheel.
Hmm.
It's really shitty graphics, but man, it really is. It's a good game. It's
What do you What do you think of the ranch simulator?
the ranch simulator. Oh, honestly, really, I like it. I did it. I have a save that me and my friend were working on. Uh, I cannot remember what we were actually doing, but I know that I have a pretty big farm though.
Yeah, I
Pretty
have
big
a farm
ranch.
too. Yeah,
I
I
want to
built
get
that
the.
myself.
I played with one other person, my best friend Haley. She played with me for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Nice.
have you played Grounded?
No.
Oh, dude, dude. Oh man, I might have to load my save to show you, bro. Grounded,
I've seen it, but like I've seen it played.
dude. The first Grounded is amazing. They have Grounded 2 out, but Grounded 2 is like really arcadey. It's not based around a story. It's based around going back into the backyard for fun.
Yeah,
So the first one really is what really matters. It's like it's basically like Honey I Shrunk the Kids. Like, dude,
yeah.
it's the story is amazing. Seeing the creatures and fighting the bosses, dude, all of it is just really amazing for the first time.
Market simulator, food store simulator.
Yeah. Have you have a Schedule One?
No.
Dude, dude, Schedule One is
Telling me.
way better than Weed Market Simulator, dude, Schedule One is lit. I'll be shooting the police and stealing their weapons and shit. I be selling the weed to people. I sell the weed to people. When they turn around to walk away, I pull out my bat, beat them over the fucking head, and take they shit. And I take my weed back. And then they come back and buy more weed from me.
Exactly. Let him kill you so then Jace gets the money.
Ah,
And then when he gets a bounty put on him, you go kill him. Get some money.
Exactly. Power issue.
Yeah, it ran out of coal.
Oh no! How'd y'all run out of coal?
I guess it hasn't made it through the lines yet.
He connected them hoppers up or no?
Yep.
Yeah, probably ain't made it through then.
And before it starts filling up over there, it has to fill up our plants. And I know mine need a couple filled up. So I just went and threw a couple stacks in each one. What do you got?
Dude, I just seen this Instagram video of this truck. He's bobtailing, and I mean, dude, he made the absolute widest turn, cut traffic straight off, like he's towing a 200-foot trailer. I mean, like, and he literally hauling nothing. He got nothing. Some of these people, I don't know how they get their license. I'm looking at this. I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe one or two more pylons. So I'll move forward two more times and then I'll rotate left and cut that way. Or maybe I should. Ooh. Actually, that's a good idea. Because then I'd set the whole thing up to be several benches. Just gotta get far enough forward to where I'm all the way up with the machine. And then that'll determine where the next rack is gonna be. Interesting. Ooh. Use the restroom real quick. Be right back. I'm back. Ah, hello. Where you been? Nice. Hmm. Oh shit. Damn it. Okay. Hmm. Alrighty. Now that I've completely fucked up. That is fantastic. I fucking I I be playing more than one game at a time, and for whatever reason, when I tab out, it cancels all the controls, right? But for whatever reason, this time tabbing out did not cancel any controls. So it just literally as I'm driving this other car around in this other game, trying to get him onto autopilot so that he'll just drive himself. It's Motor Town. I don't know if you know the game. Well, it's a pretty cool life simulator, but like you can put the fucking guy on autopilot and he'll just drive around and make money. Like you put him in the I put him in the police car and he'll just drive around and it's a patrol zone, right? So you just drive around and enter the zones, and eventually like sometimes you'll run into people that you have to chase and like either be bad guys, whatever. But you just put him on autopilot and he'll drive from place to place to place and just enter the zones and make you money. And I have like 30 other vehicles that are like all doing different tasks. Some of them are at the mine site running quartz into the big hopper to it's actually some of them are like I have rock trucks, literally rock trucks in the mine that are hauling the stuff into the plant, and then I have trucks that are getting the stuff out of the plant, hauling them to like other places that manufacture stuff like steel coils. Like I have a lot. Steel coils are stuff that can be transported, on trailer back, right, or on flat trailer, right, and but to be able to get them, you have to go and produce like three other things, and to be able to produce those, you have to bring materials and stuff to those plants to then produce that. Like if you need quartz, you got to have a rock truck that's transporting the quartz to be ground up so that you can get a trailer full of quartz. So like the the steel coils, the last time I played, the steel coils paid a lot of money to haul them. They're extremely heavy. But like I said, to be able to fucking get it to make it, you got to do like 6 or 7 other things. So I have a bunch of AI in like your company basically, in my company that's just like driving around filling a bunch of that stuff. So I was going to have my person drive around in the police car and just get like a little bit of money because they'll earn you money as they drive and complete their task, But I was like, well, I'll just get a little extra. No, because when I'm tabbed out of that game, the fucking steering wheel goes all crazy and starts steering itself because it's replicating the steering that's happening in the game. So when I tab back into the fucking mining sim, it just starts going whack. And now, got to figure out where I was. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. It's called Motor Town. Lots of stuff to do, and I do mean lots of stuff. It takes like an hour of real time to drive across the map. It's a massive map. Worth playing though. Very fun. Concrete. I need 1,000 of these. Trying to get my boy to get this game. You know, it's like I think that this would be a really good game. I mean, he said it looks cool. Luke, my boy Lucas said it looks cool. I think it'd be a good game for him because you know he's very much a tasker. You know, you just give him something to do and he'll just keep doing it. Something repetitive, you know. Driving a rock truck, scooping an excavator, running a dozer. Well, I don't know about a dozer because he's on mouse and keyboard for sure. But I think he'd like it. But he'd be playing like MLB and shit. So. I just can't get behind the sports games. Like the one I got that the most I play is the golf, the PGA golf. That one's pretty good. I didn't like it because like the only one that I ever bought was the 2K22 basketball, and like the reason why I got it is because I was told, oh yeah, with the whole my character thing, you can make a character and then you can play on a team and like you control your character, and like that was my thing is that like I want to play, but if it's a 10v10, right? I don't know how many people are on a team, right? But like I assume it's like somewhere around 8 to 10 people probably per team. But if it's a 10 on 10, why do we not have 10 real people in here? But then the game, like the most you get real people is like a 3v3. And it's like why we can't have full team, why we can't have a full game? Like you're literally just not even making the game right. Like not to like diss y'all or something, but y'all not even making the game right. I mean, you've made and with the football, right? You control the whole team. Why am I controlling the whole team? Why am I? I'm not a coach. I'm not playing as a coach. I don't want to play as a coach. I want to play as a player. That's why golf is good for me because like golf is literally it's you and the course and you get to swing every swing, and when you play the my season or whatever it is and you go in the tournament, you get to hit all 18 holes. You get to hit all 18 holes in every single competition, and you legitimately get to see how you are. Okay. Nah, we gotta be at like 15. So low for 15. I'm thinking about, man, I have 138 hours on a set of courses. That's not possible. That's got to be for content manager doing no hezzy. Because I was about to say, I think I want to try and play a set of Corsa again, but for the racing, just because I don't have the money to be doing iRacing right now. If I had $14 a month, oh dude, I'd be doing. If I had my hand, if I had my hand, well, actually, no, no. If I had my hand, I'd probably still be on Star Citizen. That being said, uh, and then actually now that I'm like starting to want to get back in. See, I ordered my wheel. I ordered the wheel adapter like 2 days before I broke my hand. So it got here after my hand was broken, so I literally have not driven on this thing with two hands. But it makes me want to. I've been seeing so many things about iRacing and stuff, and iRacing, like you got to look up some videos because the thing is like especially with the GT Cup, like those cars sound so fucking fresh. Like it just sounds so good. It looks so good. The physics, like every other game I've ever played has just been arcade, and that is the only realistic game. Even American Trucking Simulator, arcade. Turn the truck stability all the way down to like 8%. It still feels like arcade compared to iRacing. Like genuinely, iRacing is probably the best simulator I've ever seen. So I understand why they got it priced like it is, but it makes me sick because I want to play it so bad. What are you up to right now, Joe? Ah, you building a road out to where where he dug that pad, or are you just going up the mountain? Right, right, right. I'm surprised Jay ain't come. Yeah, Jay ain't come in here yet. That's right. That is right. He's moving, so he's not gonna be. I mean, that's a good idea. Just letting the hoppers run. Yeah, because y'all got 10 million dirt stored up in hoppers. I thought I had a lot of dirt stored in the hopper. Which I mean, all my double hoppers running into that single is kind of filling that single one up. But for right now, being the single line plant, it kind of just works that way. I was walking. I had somebody come into the chat yesterday. He said he's uh he's part of an online company that does American Trucking Simulator. He says that he's got a truck with 8 million miles on it. And he came in. He was talking about. He's like, man, yeah, I was thinking about getting this game and like putting some time in, you know, da da da. Like she's talking about switching games basically. Like he's been playing American Truck Simulator since 2017. And I was like, well, you only been playing that? And he's like, I'll play other stuff here and there for like a couple hours, but nothing more. And I'm like, wow. I mean, thinking about it, like that's how I got 8 million miles on the one truck. Like that's crazy. But they compete in their company. They got like logbooks and shit, and like time on and time off. Like only allowed to drive like real company hour type shit. And so he comes in, and I was running him through the plant, just talking to him about just what everything does and how it runs. And started to realize that I now have walked through myself and explained to somebody else how the plant works, but man, definitely got lost a couple times. Definitely. But it's right. Which, not gonna lie, it looks dope. I love how it turned out. I love how it turned out. I wonder how much is. I'm gonna go see right now. I'm gonna go see how much is in the single hopper. Because like I'm cutting up on this hill right now, and it's all just pouring down into it. And I could shut this line off, let it eat if there's like millions. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shut this line off and just let this eat for a little while. 6 million in a single line hopper, and it's not done feeding into it. Yeah, it's running at. Wait. Yes. Yes, 300. Yeah. Conveyor load 1.8 million and climbing. There's 6 million in the hopper. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this cable, which should remove all the power from up top. Yep, that has stopped dropping. Okay, so now teleport back up here. I also need you, because I'm not qualified for the job. Basically, exactly what you're doing right now. Yeah, yeah, you're gonna be contracted over here to do that. No, well, building a road making, like as in sloping it. I'm gonna end up paving it, but I cannot. I'm not. I've done hours and hours with the bulldozer, but not doing it. Yeah, you should stream your screen. Let me see. Cause I ain't been in there in a couple of days. I ain't even seen. 6. I can't believe there's 6 million dirt in that motherfucker. I thought for sure, cause I emptied it out the other day. I let it run and it emptied. That means from last night, my cutting yesterday and today has put 6 million in there. That seems like a lot more than it should be. Ah, there it is. Yeah, look at you. What? Yeah. You probably heard me clicking on it. Dude, I turned streamer mode on, right? So I don't ever hear any of those. Any connections, disconnections, people calling me, none of that shit. Yeah. So for you, you can't see it so that it streams better because it appears your stream is a little laggy, but it's okay. Are you on Wi-Fi? Good. I laugh at people when they say, "Oh, well, you know, it's just Wi-Fi. It's pretty rough." I'd be like, "Wi-Fi?" As I say, I don't even know if my I mean I know actually that's a lie. I know my PC can do Wi-Fi, but I'm pretty sure I disabled that shit because that just took up resources I didn't need to have running. Like, dude, it's so funny looking at Jay over there in the hole. You can just see the top of the bagger sticking out. I see. Yeah, it's a really smooth. What's that like 14 degrees, 13 degrees maybe? It's a nice slope though. Yeah. In a cage. It's literally in a full cage. Hilarious, actually. So that nobody can drive it. Go messing everything up. Just take the GPS off. Literally. Well, it technically wouldn't. Well, it could have. They would have slid it over it carefully, because obviously putting the cage in after the machine was in. Yeah, well, now that those oil derricks are gone, we can go that way too, right? We can push the pad out that way. Now on my map, now that the oil derricks are disappeared or gone, like the six ran. Oh, you're talking to. No, you're fine. I, I was saying that now that the all the random oil derricks that I had over there are all lined up nicely. Now we can push the pad out that way, and we can spread some shit. The oil, oh yeah. Honestly, the whole plant is it almost hurts to like take it down. Exactly, exactly. This is the first one that worked properly. Right. I love moving the money into the company account and then just watching it just eat. Literally, I did it yesterday. I moved everything over and literally zeroed it out like I just did just now. And like I was just sitting there watching TV, just cutting. And then like an hour goes by, I look up and it's at like 3 million. I'm like, bro. Well, I think yeah, actually, I've stopped the pass through on the rubies and diamonds for now, and it's filled up the first storage. It's going into the second storage. I think the second storage is halfway filled, and then it will pass through and start selling again. And as far as the regular storage, I'm looking. I have one, two, three, four of them with active conveyors. So one more storage until it goes through. Asphalt plant is selling, which the other day, like 2 days ago, not even, yesterday. Wait, did Jay get on yesterday? Maybe the day before yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday. So 2 days ago, I was talking to Jay, and he was yeah, because he was like, "Oh yeah, this is the last day that I'm streaming before I gotta move, yada yada." It was that day, and I was talking to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got like 360 million in the company account, and he had like 280 to 300 million in the regular, so he calculated around 700 million." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, dude, I got a lot. Now I'm finna sell everything." I sold everything. I had 98 million. I went up to 252 million. So it was a lot. I sold, and I mean, I sold everything. I sold every oil drum. I sold every. Uh, wait, I don't think that I sold the diamond and ruby ore. I think I forgot to sell that. But I sold the asphalt, the oil, all the shit, the other storages, and I saved the coal too. I didn't want to sell all my coal. Just because I need to save up coals, that way I can end up when we do the, because that's where the change is going to come in for the power too. Is we're going to, when we do the upgrade to the dual line or more, whatever we decide that it's going to be, uh, we're going to change over the no more windmills. We're going to take away the windmills and it's going to be coal powered. And hopefully by then, because I added more coal storage. I know you only had one on there, but I added more because the first one started overfilling. Yeah, so now I have 4 coal storages, and then it goes into an automatic seller. And right now I actually cannot see it from where I'm at, but I know that it's at least going into the second storage. So getting there. And the big thing is like now we have so much more room, right? We can push like the whole area exactly because we didn't have any room, and then we cut open all this space, which I did a couple more swats on Iron Man over there where you were at, and then I got the green machine, which is what I'm calling this thing. It's mint green. I got the green machine up here on the hill, that I have measured out perfectly to be right at the top of the cut. So so the way that I'm doing is 500 increments. So I'm doing 0, 500, 15, 2000, and then from 2000 you go all the way max. You go right past 2500, you go all the way to the max, and then cutting at the max gives us the bottom of the next floor. And then what I'm gonna do now is that up here in the green machine, I am streaming on YouTube, but that's okay. You ain't gotta pull it up if you don't want to. Where I'm at in the green machine, I'm gonna go as far forward as I can, cut until my cut is all the way reached up as I can go, which is like 2775, right? And then I'm gonna build the next platform and put another big bagger up there. That'll be the next layer, and basically, you know, then it'll start looking better. Cause I stopped cutting in the yellow in the I'm gonna call that the caterpillar over there. That's gonna be a caterpillar because he's yellow. I stopped cutting in that because low key, and I hate to say it, but I got a little bored because I'm cutting into both sides and the valley down there, but I really wanted to see this level off up here. So now I can cut this, and then I'm gonna walk out until, like I said, until it gets all the way up, and then I'm gonna walk with the caterpillar and be able to clear that and this and make the bench. It'll be a huge fucking bench by the end of it, but it'll be pretty dope, actually. I like how the wall is coming out. Nice, really nice solid corner on that wall there. And then I built the pad and cone setup for Iron Man to start walking. And I figured out the perfect cones, right? You put down one of the cones right in front, right where your front tracks are, and then you skip 2 blocks and put it on the third one. And then every time you pull up, you just pull your tracks right to the cones, and it'll be a perfect max cut every single time. You'll never bounce. It's actually pretty nice. I guess that's one of the main reasons why I would say buy the decorations pack, which you already have it, but you know, for the streams and whatnot, for anybody thinking about it, I would say buy the decoration pack because you can measure out how far you're crawling. I mean, well, like Jay says, you can also just kind of guess it, and you'll get pretty close. Sometimes you might end up bouncing. And down 1,000. Yeah, and then you're gonna have to show me how we're gonna do the because I've been thinking about, I thought about trying to do the plant myself, but first off, did not want to take apart this plant at all. So then I was like, well, maybe I'll just extend the pad out far enough to just build a whole new one. And then I'm like, well, that's just stupid because, like, I'm not going to do anything that's efficient or correct. Well, not saying that, but it would take me so long that by the time I'm finished with it. Well, now that I got the power and don't have to worry about the power or anything, that it probably would be easier, but not yet. I don't want to try. I don't want to do. I don't want to do it. The only thing that I would do is like this is what I would do, right? I would I would go with the cutter and I would cut behind the plant like I said I was going to do, and I'd cut that mountain down. And then all I would do is replicate the same thing but mirrored going the other way, and then put a splitter right at the end of the, or no, because it would come out the dual hopper. So boom, track and track. And I would just mimic what you've already built. If I was going to build anything, that's what I would do. I would just mirror, and then it would go into another set of storages. Right. Yeah, because we do have a bunch of mergers, which I do wonder how much they're deleting. But then I go in there and I look at it, and they're only at like they're not even at like 50%. So I don't think they've deleted anything. Yeah, because I'm gonna go check them right now, just to double check. Because this one right here would be the first one I'd be worried about merging from the smelter. That's at 3%, 2 to 3% coming out of the smelter. And then if we go to probably the most complex merge, which would basically be this one right here at the end of all the boxes coming down, we should really have the max amount, and that's at 3. Go to this other merge. That's at 1. We're not having any merging problems. 1%. Yeah, there's absolutely 0 merging problems. 1%. Yeah, my mini wash plant is doing in here. About 5,000 rubies, 5,000 wash rubies a plant. Got 6 plants. Wait, 8 plants. No, 10 plants. Yeah, 10 plants. So, there's a lot of rubies in there. Mm, 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 mm. What are you hand placing the tailings? The dirt. Hey, when you say that you're stepping out for a smoke, you mean like a cigarette or like weed? Oh, okay, okay. You don't vape, do you? So there's a new thing with the whole disposable vapes coming out, and it's widely in America. I know you're in Canada, so it may not really affect you with the import-export regulations and whatnot. But they're lacing our pens, our vape stuff with fentanyl. There was over 500,000 devices that were confiscated out of one semi truck. Every single one of them tested positive for fentanyl. There have already been 35 overdoses or some shit. Like like kids are dying, and it's in the nicotine now. It's in the nicotine now. It's to make people more addicted, to keep people buying. Oh, we can't let people quit this. At this point, cigarettes are the safe option. At least you know it's fucking a cigarette. I smoked cigarettes for a long time, probably 10 years. Then I vaped for like 3 or 4 more. I was smoking since I was like 7, 8, 9, somewhere around there. I started getting my hands on cigarettes, picking them all off the ground and shit. And when I was 23 years old, I quit. Yep. And I'll tell you this right now. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells you. You put that cigarette down today, 10 years from now, you're going to want that cigarette just as bad as you do today. That craving's never going to go away. It's never going to stop. The anger that is subsided by smoking is never going to stop. And it's going to show itself and be way more prevalent than you ever thought it was. And you're not going to know why. And I've been struggling for 3 years to try and figure myself out because I've numbed myself for so long. But I look back on it and I'm like, at the same time, nicotine, like, nicotine ain't necessarily bad for you, right? The cigarettes and stuff that create the carcinogens, that stuff's bad for you. The way that they process and they spray the pesticides on tobacco, that's bad for you. But all natural tobacco itself is actually in small quantities is actually good for you and can help promote good health and good digestion and good blood flow and good heart rates, all type of shit. But it becomes this whole, like, smoking a pack a day or more. I mean, I was 2.5 of Marlboro Red 100s a day, 2.5 packs a day. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, because you're not as stressed. What I started to realize is that even after I would smoke a cigarette or hit my vape, like, I was still stressed out. So there's really no point in me smoking that shit. Homie sitting around the corner beating his meat. Gonna pull around the corner and go get that shit. Hey, my wife just about to come in the door, so I'm just gonna mute and I'm gonna pack the bowl and get some little snack ready for her.